Hello everyone, this is Bella Bablumian, the founder of the Embody Wellness Institute and the Pleasurable Wellness Movement, speaking to you from Miami, Florida. And I'm so excited because finally we're ready to start offering you programs and tools and one-on-one sessions to help you not only build the real key foundations and pillars of healthy living, but to build the life that you dream with pleasure and purpose on the foundation of healthy living. Because to me, healthy living is never kind of a journey of its own. Healthy living is a way of being that's aligned with who you are, for you to find the dream life that you've always desired. So I never think about these things as separate because to me, they're intricately connected. So I'll give you an example with two of my clients that really illustrates this very well. So one of them approached me to really embrace her true feminine leadership capacities, by embodying who she really is. And we started working with her until we came to the conclusion that in reality, what was keeping her stuck with some of the things that she was not allowing herself to do, right? So there were certain attitudes that she had to embrace in order to become her full self. But at some point she told me, I resist doing those things until I feel better in my body, until I lose this weight and feel better about myself in the body. And I told her, and this is exactly something that I think we really misunderstand, is that the weight and your body issues are not disconnected from how you feel and the journey that you have in life. They're intricately and intimately connected. So the weight that she might be carrying and some of the health issues that she might have are a direct result of the insatisfactions about herself, or the things that she is not doing, or the things that she's doing but she doesn't want to do anymore. So the weight has that energetic, it's that energetic layer that really portrays to us how we are doing, how is our relationship with life. It's the foundation that we really have to have very well built before we can really construct our life on top of it. And with the other client, it's the opposite, right? She approached me to lose weight and feel better about her body. But when we started working on the relationship that she has with food, and how in reality that relationship with food is actually very much related to the relationship that she had with her mother, and the relationship that she had with herself as to how she deserves or not self-care, that unleashed so many different topics like relationships and her purpose in life. So just to say that working through your relationship with food and your body is actually the first step in building the foundation for a healthy, purposeful, pleasurable life that you desire. So in terms of the foods, it's not just about what you eat. And in the course that I'll be launching in November, we're gonna go over like the very basics of what it is that we should avoid at all costs. What are some of the things that we should eat in moderation? What are better substitutes to the foods that you might want to avoid but don't want to create that list of like, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. Not only are we going to discuss that, we're going to also discuss how you eat. So your relationship with food is extremely important, sometimes even more important than what you eat. So really understanding some of the subconscious thoughts and processes that lead you to overeat or lead you to seek out some of the unhealthy foods are really key. And we're going to explore the relationship between food and these 5 topics that I want to discuss with you, because they're intricately connected to how well you take care of yourself in terms of food. So a lot of people approach me because they have cravings and I'm like, how do you do, to not eat, overeat desserts and chocolate? Well, the cravings and this urge to overeat is not something natural. So if you're having those in reality, we think it's natural because everyone experienced that in our society, but in reality, the cravings represent deficiencies of certain nutrients that you have in your body. Therefore, if you're having these urges to eat something uncontrollably, it's because you're missing very key nutrients that are your body's screaming for them, but you don't know how to interpret them. So I will help you discover maybe you're missing magnesium, and instead of gorging on chocolate, you can have certain nuts that will help you replenish the supplies of magnesium so your body is operating more efficiently, and then it doesn't require that chocolate which it perceives as what it needs, right? The other thing is sleep. According to Dr. Walker, who is a prominent neuroscientist, he's done many studies to show that people who undersleep, so if you're getting even 1 hour less of sleep, you end up overeating. So even 1 hour less of sleep makes you eat around 300 calories more. So imagine if you're getting like less than 5 hours of sleep, which is I guess a common practice nowadays. Where in the past it was considered torture. So if you're sleeping less, you are overeating, you're eating unhealthier foods. You crave oily, salty, fried foods. And then if you're not sleeping, you're also compromising your digestive functions, and you're not digesting as well, your immune system doesn't work as well, so you're going to compromise that relationship with taking care of yourself and eating the foods that are good for you. Third one is sex and sexuality. If you are deprived from the feel-good hormones and the stimulation that you get from a stronger connection with your own sexuality and from intercourse, you're going to crave those feel-good hormones from other places. So this is not exact science, but if you get about approximately the same amount of endorphins from a bar of chocolate as you do from 15 minutes of intercourse. So you can see the connection. If you're missing, that feel-good hormones from one place, you're gonna crave them from another place. Fourth is movement. Your body is supposed to be in constant movement, invigorating movement, right? So it's physical exercise, and our ancestors were climbing the trees and running and jumping and punching. So all of that exercise is important for us to spend the calories that we need, to create that equilibrium with what we're consuming. But also, the more you move, actually there's an equilibrium, so it's not the more you move, there's a fine line between doing enough exercise and overdoing it. But if you're not doing enough, you are actually craving unhealthy foods, because exercise is also a stimulation for us that, again, if we're missing that stimulation, that then we might obtain it from food. So if you're sitting for 8 or 9 hours straight in front of your computer, you are feeling the lack of energy, and that energy, you're going after foods instead of obtaining it from the invigorating movement that you could have had, which A, would have prevented you from eating more, and B, would have allowed you to feel stimulated. And finally, just in general, the feeling of adrenaline and adventure and excitement, all of those are, our body has a set amount of feel good and adrenaline that it's supposed to receive in order to be properly stimulated. So if we don't obtain it from that doses of adventure and holidays and you going out of your comfort zone, again, you're gonna go after food. So, the dining experience at the expensive restaurant, it's gonna substitute some of that excitement you're seeking from other sources. So, we're gonna discuss this and much, much more in the upcoming course in November. That's going to be about resetting your body's ability to really recreate that beautiful relationship that we can have with food, to build the foundation of your health, well-being, and the ability to create the life that you desire. So stay tuned, and thank you for listening. Lots of love.